I'm at the restaurant that you probably think is absolutely impossible to eat healthy at. Hey everyone, my name is Allie Virtue. I'm a functional medicine nutritionist, the owner of Parkside Nutrition, a forever foodie, and a former binge eater, and I'm here to teach you how to have fun with food and still feel great. So one of the reasons I wanted to come to Olive Garden is because every time a client comes here, not every time, but most of the time, they think they only have the option of ordering a literal bucket of pasta, and that's not the case. They have really good options, so we're gonna dig into those. But remember, the first thing that I want you to think about when you're coming out to eat is, what is your goal? So my goal for you is to teach you how to eat when we're ordering out. For you, it might be a family celebration. It might just be the need to not be hungry and feel good later. That's totally fine. So you figure out what your goal is for this meal, and then we'll teach you how to order to hit that goal. All right, let's dive into the menu so you can learn how to order like a pro. George, does that make sense? Like when we're ordering, like I'm the professional, right? So I'm like teaching people
I think so.
like how to order like a professional. Yeah. Does that come across?
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Yes. Hopefully people get it.
I hope so.
Hope so.
I think so.
We'll find out. All right, so the next thing that I want to think about is I kind of do a self-assessment. So how well have I fed myself today, and what do I have coming up later? So for me, breakfast went really well. I had protein and plants already. I have salad and protein stuff for later. So if I wanted to have some pasta or some higher carb meals, I think that would work well for me today. It would balance out pretty well. For me, I'm looking for at least 2 out of 3 meals are protein and plants. So that's pretty set for today, but I'm still gonna order mostly protein and plants for this meal because my goal is just to not be hungry and have some good nutrition. Another way to think about this is you need to pay your bills first. So hopefully you pay your mortgage or you pay your rent first before we go shopping on Amazon or buy fun stuff. The same thing with nutrition. So you really need to make sure that your body is getting the nutrition it needs before we really indulge in the fun stuff. That's fine, but we need to pay the bills first. Hey there, by the way, this video that you're watching right now is sponsored by me. Me as in Parkside Nutrition, and more importantly, the community program. This program is called Become a Healthier You. So if you want to become a healthier you, you can join the community program, start changing your health for about $1 a day. Another pro tip is actually looking at the menu ahead of time. One, because you're not hungry in the moment and you can think a little bit more logically about what you need. They have way more nutrition information on there as well if you want to kind of take a look at the landscape, so to speak. All right, so now we're looking at the menu. My priorities, protein, plants, and moderate calories, not super high. If you look at the calorie information, these are just calorie-dense meals. That's just how it is. You can absolutely kind of cut them in half, share them with a friend, make 2 meals out of them. If we look at the appetizers, not a lot of the appetizers kind of qualify or meet those criteria. The salad is probably our best option for that. And then as we move towards the main, my favorite is definitely the herb grilled salmon, really moderate in calories, comes with broccoli, so there's our vegetable. My next choice is probably the 6-ounce sirloin. One, because it's easy to track. If you're tracking your food, 6 ounces of sirloin. You can also add a side of broccoli to this. It comes with the Alfredo, so that's why it's a little bit higher in calories, 980. But again, if we're eating our protein and the plants first, and we're stopping when we're almost full, probably don't need to finish the pasta, or maybe take some home for later. The next one is grilled chicken margarita. And this has the chicken, this has the broccoli already with it. It's pretty moderate in calories, 650, so pretty middle of the road there. If you wanted to create your own pasta, this is what I would do. So the spaghetti is gonna be pretty close. They have a gluten-free option, but they're pretty much gonna be 60 to 80 grams of carbs, whichever one you choose, so that ballpark. Then the sauce is probably gonna be, the best option is gonna be marinara. It's the lowest calorie there. And then as far as toppings, I'd add broccoli because that's the vegetable that they have as a side. And then either the shrimp or the chicken are going to be the highest protein, leanest, lowest calorie option. But we want to make sure that we have protein on our dish as well. I'll have the herb grilled salmon with broccoli, please. All right, the reason I got this is the salmon and the broccoli, pretty simple too. So if you're tracking food, this is pretty easy. But this type of food just really makes me feel really good. And that's my goal. It doesn't have a lot of carbohydrates. I would probably have gotten some sort of carbs or like indulged in some breadsticks or a little bit of gluten-free pasta or something like that if this had been a post-workout meal. That would be a better time for that amount of carbs. But otherwise, this really works. I have PCOS. My blood sugar is not the best, so I keep that in mind when I'm ordering out. And this is also really good if you do have type 2 diabetes, pre-diabetes, if you're watching your blood sugar, things like that. This is also really helpful for weight loss because it's probably one of their lower calorie options. All right, I have another strategy for you. If you're thinking, Allie, the last thing I want to do is go to Olive Garden and order something super healthy, get the chicken parm, get the big meal that you want. maybe put half of it in a to-go box, enjoy half of it, have some salad, maybe split that meal with a friend, and that way you get the best of both worlds. All right, if you like this video, make sure you hit that like button, make sure you subscribe on YouTube, follow on all social media, maybe share this with a friend, share this with your fitness buddy, leave your comments below, let me know what you liked about it, what would you order from this place, and where should we be going next?